My name is Caitlin Johnson. I am a channel sales manager for a hygienic fluid handling group. I handle our sanitary heat exchanger portion of our business. I've been with Alfa Laval for 3.5 years now, mainly focusing on our heat transfer products. I definitely say it would have to be our drive for innovation as well as sustainability. Our dedicated R&D department over in Lund, Sweden, they strive to make sure that our heat exchanger design is as efficient and as hygienic as possible for our consumers. So whenever you start to see a difference in performance in your heat exchanger, that's usually a good indication that it's time to service your heat exchanger. Whether that's opening up the unit or just running some tests to see if you're seeing any differences in pressure drop or maybe the temperatures that you're trying to achieve. Anything that kind of prevents those two things is probably a good indicator that there's something going on inside the plate pack. So at that point, you're going to want to open it, see if there's any fouling or clogging happening, or maybe there might be some gaskets that are a little warped and causing a leak. That's when you're going to want to call your local Rotom rep and get some parts on order. I think a lot of people are not aware of the applications that heat exchangers can cover and what they're capable of. People may be surprised at the temperatures that our gaskets are able to handle, the pressures as well. Another issue that a lot of people see with plate and frame heat exchangers is clogging. However, we did just release our brand new Sanitary Wide Gap, the HLA Wide Gap. This can handle particles, fibers, and pulps in fruit juice, for example. And so we're super excited to put plate and frame heat exchangers in additional applications that we couldn't get into before. So if they need a new unit, all we need on the Alfa Laval end, to quote one, is going to be the heat transfer duty, which is determined by the temperatures they're trying to achieve, the flow rates that they have available, and then of course what kind of fluids that they're using for the heat transfer. Something though that people maybe do not know is that whatever goals a customer is trying to achieve, whether that's sustainability goals or energy conservation goals, or if they're trying to put more throughput of product through their processes, there's ways that we can design heat exchangers to cater to those goals. There's so many different ways to manipulate the design of a heat exchanger that working closely with a customer, the closer that we work with a customer, the more likely that we're going to give them a product that they can use for years to come. It's very important to monitor your heat exchanger and make sure that it's functioning properly. If, say, there's an issue with clogging or fouling on your plates that you're just not paying attention to, whether you see a change in pressure drop or the temperatures being achieved by the product, if you continue to not be aware of that, then it's just going to continuously foul more and more of that plates or that surface area that's crucially needed for the heat transfer duty you're trying to achieve. On the other hand, if there's any leaking occurring on your plate pack, that means you're either losing product or you're losing that utility fluid. And the longer you let that prolong, the more of that you're going to lose.